Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we'll recap the New York Jets versus Miami Dolphins. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention that you can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast as well. New episodes come out every Wednesday. You can call in, leave me your question, vent about this game, the tank, Darnold, whatever you want. Call in, leave me your question. I'll try to get to it on the show. So the New York Jets are back in action. Sam Darnold is back, and on the first drive, they looked pretty solid. They were moving the ball a little bit. A nice throw on third down deep to Brashad Perryman to extend the drive, but the Jets would settle for 3 after stalling. That would be their only points today. Spoiler alert, but more to get to on this game. The opening drive was the only time the offense looked anywhere close to competent. For Miami, there was a lot of early completions in this game. Short stuff, easy, soft coverage. They were going up tempo a little bit. There were a couple of nice deflections from Marcus May to end the drive. Just wanted to talk about that briefly because Marcus May, I thought, played a really solid game. He is absolutely somebody that I would look to bring back for next year. But early on in this game, they were just dinking and dunking down the field. A lot of soft completions, as I said, but they would settle for a punt. The Jets offense stalled. Next possession didn't do a damn thing. The Dolphins get it and move the ball a little bit. The biggest play was when Lange fell down in coverage. He's not great in coverage, but he's a playmaker, man. He just finds the ball, gets to the ball, and more on him later. The Dolphins would try a 54-yard field goal and tie this game up 3 apiece. To end the first quarter, the last highlight from the first quarter was a Mims catch. He went up and got it over the middle. He would leave briefly. Thank God he was healthy enough to return. 3-3 was the score at the end of the first quarter. The Jets punt, and Lamar Jackson, I didn't think had that great of a day in coverage. Bryce Hall, the other corner on the other side, was okay. For his second start, I think he's been fine. I am really excited to see him the final 5 games now at this point. But as we are standing right now, Lamar Jackson, I think, has struggled in coverage. Just wanted to put that out there. On this drive, there was a play where Devontae Parker went up and they called it a catch. He was bobbling it when he went to the ground. It was initially ruled a catch and a fumble out of bounds. After review, they said that it was still a catch. I don't know. Go back and watch the play. I thought, to me, for sure that was an incompletion, but what the hell do I know? I'm just sitting on my couch on Sundays. Gesicki would score a touchdown pretty much right after that, a couple plays later, right over the top of Ashtyn Davis. Dolphins up 10-3. The Jets offense would go 3 and out. Again, I mentioned that they weren't looking good offensively. Dolphins settle for 3 to go up 13-3. Huge play for Mims on the next possession. A fingertip catch on third down. Was able to run with it after the catch. A really, really nice play. And then after that, the play calling and clock management was just terrible down the rest of the way. They're dinking and dunking. They're running the ball a ton with Frank Gore, which is just ridiculous at this point in the game. They would set themselves up for a 29-yard field goal right before the half ended. And Sergio Garcia missed it. I missed the 29-yard field goal, and because of course he does, he misses it. And normally I would be pissed. And if this season mattered for anything, I'd be upset about the play calling at the end of the half, the obsession with Frank Gore, and that the kicker missed a 29-yard field goal. But you can't help but laugh. It's just like you're numb to it at this point, unfortunately. After the half, Miami would go 3 and out. The Jets defense stepped up. I thought they were playing pretty good at this point, and by the end, we'll get to the final score and my final thoughts at the end, but overall, I thought the defense played relatively well. So Miami goes 3 and out. Jets get the ball back. Perryman made a nice play on a jump ball. I got to give him credit. I thought he would struggle this week with Sam back in the lineup because Sam is not someone who gets the ball down the field, but he still made a couple of nice plays. And then the brutal interception by Sam Darnold. Came out of the pocket, could have stepped up in the pocket, but rolled out and made an off-balance throw into tight coverage. He was trying to hit Crowder. I'm not sure what he saw there. It's bad. It was the 7th on the season, and there's another one we have to talk about still. So the Dolphins would do nothing. The Jets would get the ball back and essentially throw 3 or 4 screen passes in a row and then punt on 4th and 3 down by 10. Hysterical. Again, you can't make this stuff up. Adam Gase just continues to be king of the tank. On the next Dolphins possession, Matt Breida would fumble. The Jets recover the ball. Harvey Lange, again, we talked about him being all over the field. He was making plays today, and we got to talk about Quinnen Williams, who was on the forced fumble. Quinnen's been really, really good this year, and he's been proving me wrong so far. I was apprehensive about the pick. Last year, I thought he was inconsistent. This year, early on in the season, going into this year, I had my question marks with him, but he's exceeded my expectations. He's getting better each and every week. That's what you like to see. So him going into 2021, absolutely have to be excited about. And down the stretch, again, like I said, each week, I know it's cliche, but it's true. He's gotten better week over week, which is exactly what you want to see. He's making plays. He forced a fumble, was in on a sack, was in batting balls around. He's a really good player, a borderline Pro Bowler in his second year. After the turnover, the Jets would go 3 and out because, of course, they do. They give it right back to Miami, but there would be another fumble. Jordan Jenkins forces the fumble this time. I'm genuinely serious. I forgot Jordan Jenkins was on this team. He has made no plays all year long except for this one. He comes up big in this spot, but the Jets would not do anything again. They turned the ball over on downs. The play calling on 4th and 1 was so predictable. I'll give you one guess. If you haven't watched the game, guess what it was? Yep, you got it. It was a dive right up the middle with Frank Gore. Because of course it was. It was stuff for no gain, and the Jets would turn it over on downs. Dolphins, again, don't do anything on offense. They would punt it back to the Jets. The Jets would do nothing. Dolphins get the ball down the field. Arthur Mollett would be called with the defensive pass interference. Arthur Mollett is also very pro-tank. He's not good. And then you get a TD to Shaheen to make it 20-3 Dolphins. At this point, you already know it's over, but we couldn't have any more. We needed to have, a little bit more suffering as Sam Darnold would throw his second interception. Xavier Howard picked him off, and it's over. I am sorry. I don't want to continue to talk about this. It's going to be a story in the last 5 games, but you cannot go into 2021 with Sam Darnold as your quarterback. Going into this year, I was excited about Sam. I thought he would take a step forward in his 3rd year. He hasn't. He has gotten worse. He is regressing, and a big chunk of it is on Adam Gase. A big chunk of it is on the pieces around him, but this is also on him too. He hasn't been good. Joe Flacco has looked competent the last few weeks, and it's the same situation that Sam is plugged into, and he did not pass his first test. He looked really rough, a lot of bad decisions, and unfortunately right now he's spooked, and the first instant he feels pressure, he bails out on the run, and he usually makes a bad decision. And is that fixable? Maybe somewhere else. Maybe you take a shot on it. But if the Jets are picking first overall, are picking in the top 3, which I don't see a scenario in which that's not happening, you're taking a quarterback. The Jets will take a new quarterback going into 2021. I'm sorry to tell you this. They're not trading out of the pick. They're not passing on Trevor Lawrence. They're not passing on Justin Fields. None of the quarterbacks that are going to be available that early are they going to pass on. Sam Darnold's not the guy. I'm sorry. 20-3 is your final score. Darnold was 16-27, 197 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Frank Gore got 18 carries, 3 receptions as well, 21 touches for Frank Gore at 37 years old, at 0-10. Couldn't get anyone else involved. The offense had to go through Frank Gore because, of course, it did. Adam Gase is really just a meme of himself at this point. It's unbelievable. Perryman was good, as I mentioned, 4 for 79. Mims was good as well, 4 for 67. And the defense, I thought, played well. They forced 2 turnovers. Quinnen Williams stepped up. Bryce Hall, I thought, was fine. Marcus May looks fine. Ashton Davis, a little iffy in coverage, but I think he's going to be a starter going into next year. I'm confident that he's going to be able to start for this team next year. And there's some pieces to be excited about. There are, but unfortunately, the offense is just terrible. They're really bad. Against the Miami Dolphins this year, they scored 3 points, the lowest in the team history for any 2 games against the Dolphins. Before that, it was like 7 points in 2 games in the 70s, which is unbelievable. That stat flashed up on CBS during the game. 5 to go. The Jets are 0-11. And I will check right now because as I record these right after the game, I just want to see what happened in the Jacksonville game. I'm pulling it up on my phone as we speak because I was recording it, and let's see.
2 hours later.
The Browns won a close one, 27-25. Ugly football game, whatever. It's not going to matter. I don't think the Jets are winning the game anyway. They are still in position to take Trevor Lawrence, which at the end of the day, I guess that's all that really matters. So sound off in the comments. Get at me on social media. You guys know the drill. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll talk to you next time.